the business news, the 4 o'clock hour, top of that hour. And after the business news, there's a conversation. We talk about the unemployment rate. You've seen the statistics from the federal government, or should I say, from the National Bureau of Statistics. And the 5 o'clock hour, top of that hour, would have the news update. And when we come back, we'll talk about, the jackpot hustle. And you and I would, it's going to be a fun gist. Today is Friday. You and I would just, but just stay tuned. I promise it's going to be lovely conversations upon conversations, and you don't want to be any other place than, at 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakuru Batbo, and it's my pleasure being your presenter for today. All right, let's get to the big stories making the rounds, and I've chosen 3 of them. And the first one is the federal government replies Obaseki. Elections are over. Focus on good governance. Once again, federal government FG replies Obaseki. Elections are over. Focus on good governance. So yesterday, you and I, we talked about it. I think it was part of our big stories. I did ask you what you thought about what Obaseki did say. Obaseki did say yesterday, for those of you who did not catch the gist, that the federal government removed subsidy after campaigning during the pre-election period. Oh, we remove subsidy, and when we remove subsidy, the economy will be better and all of that. And they removed subsidy. It's like the fact is that statement was coming at the backdrop of some governors. I think Katsina State governor, one of them, complaining that, we did not get 5 billion as promised. We got 2 billion. Other governors complaining about the fact that the 5 billion palliative from the federal government is not necessarily a palliative, but a loan to the federal government, which increased their debt stock. So some of them were complaining and said, this is the federal government putting the state government in a dire situation. And so Obaseki came out and said, and this is not the first time Obaseki is making a controversial statement. Remember the printing of money statement, and he had to go into the banding of words with the CBN, and then Godwin Emefiele, Godwin Obaseki, Godwin Emefiele, yeah. And so they had the exchange of words at the time. And, CBN came out with facts to show Obaseki that they were not printing money, only for us to see another report of how much they have used to print new notes. So it was confusing for people like us who are non-economists. But hey, this is not the first time Obaseki is making such a statement. But let's get to what the federal government has now said. You would also remember in one of our big stories this week, we mentioned the Minister of Information, who came out to say the federal government would not use lies to cover the inefficiency or the shortcomings of the government. And even today, it's reported that the era of using propaganda to promote government policies over in one of the dailies. It was reported still coming from the Minister of Information. However, he did the replying to Obaseki, and he said that the period of politicking, the period of election is over and it's time for governance. He blamed Obaseki for a lot of infrastructural deficit in Edo State. He said that Obaseki has not done good governance. He wrote a very long piece. I can't read all of it, but I'm just going to try to do a summary of all the things he did say. But I do know he said that the government, the federal government, have rolled out certain means or certain processes to ensure that the economy is boosted post-subsidy era. He talked about the CNG buses that would soon be distributed to the 36 states. He talked about the monies that will be given to MSMEs between now and March next year. He talked about the monies that will be given to manufacturers to ensure that their businesses thrive. He talked about some other things, and he took us back to the presidential address from 3 weeks ago, where the president, reeled out economic policies post-subsidy era, and he tried his best to school, Obaseki. I'm looking for the report that summarized. So, yes, I think I've seen it. Now, according to the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, he did say that Obaseki shifted focus to the nation's economic challenges, or has shifted focus to the nation's economic challenges as cannon fodder to divert attention from his own performance at the state level since he defected to the People's Democratic Party. He also mentioned that removing subsidy has given FAC, that's the federal allocation, much money. Remember, the other month they shared 1.9 trillion naira. They had to save some, and then shared 900 billion. Right now, in the month of July, they got 1.7 plus trillion naira, and they have shared yet again 900 plus billion to save the remainder. And he's saying that the increase in revenue allocation, Edo State is a beneficiary, and so he does not understand where Obaseki's sentiments or opinions emanate from. He did write a lot of things. I'm trying to go through some of the things he wrote so as to do a real good job at explaining what he has said. I mean, apart from fact, he talked about the National Economic Council, which Obaseki is a member of. You remember, it's the vice president and the 36 state governors, the central bank governor, a member of the AFDB, Afrexim Bank as well. And yeah, so he talked about that. And he said that he just reeled out certain things. There is not enough time because I need to go back to, other big stories. He talked about the 5 billion naira to each state. He talked about 20 million for the most vulnerable Nigerians. He talked about 11,500 CNG powered mass transit vehicles. He talked about 500,000 hectares of arable land for farmers. He talked about, like I said, he went back to the presidential address and he said some of these measures are not going to be immediate. It's not magic, but it will happen eventually. And Obaseki should stop playing politics. So do you think yet again that the Minister for Information, I'm talking about Malam Idris, Mohammed Idris, has a solid point? I'd like to hear from you when I open the phone line. But moving on to the next big stories, talking about the governors. The president has said, vote out underperforming governors. Vote out underperforming governors. And it's related to what the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, just said. So the president had some visitors, yesterday or so. And the visitors were like, hey, please tell the governors to ensure that they use the money that have been sent to them appropriately. Apparently 2 billion thus far out of the 5 billion. And the people were saying, see, please do ensure. We do think that your policies are great, but we need the state governors to ensure that they bring the policies to life, to a reality. And the president replied, see, I cannot force the governors to do anything. Constitutionally, my hands are tied. All I can do is reel out those policies and hope that the governors will come on board and implement these policies appropriately and efficiently. That only the people, the Nigerian people, can actually hold the governors accountable. And he's saying for the monies to be used efficiently, I'm talking about the 2 billion. And I think I did say it some days back. Maybe I might agree with the president in a way. I did say, yes, we all don't need palliatives. We all claim we do not want the palliatives, but the palliatives have been shared. So all we can do is to ensure that we follow the money. And it's our duty and responsibility to ensure that we follow the money. And that's what I've said. And the president is only saying the same thing that I've said a couple of days ago. And he's saying that the Nigerian people would have to follow the money, or better still, vote them out in the next electoral process. So what do you make of I know this is a big story because a lot of you, some of you I should say, are not in, can I say, talking terms with the president. A lot of you have got your beef against the president. So what do you make of this comment from the president saying, hey, hold your governors accountable? Because from what I understand, what the president was trying to say, without the governors, our economy cannot be bolstered, cannot boom, cannot thrive. We need the governors to come on board to ensure that they bring the economic plans to life. We only focus on the federal government every now and then. For instance, what is the River State government economic policy thus far? What is the River State economic policy thus far? Can we say? For those of you listening from Bios State, what is Doye Diri's economic policy thus far? For those of you listening from Akwa Ibom State, what is Enos economic policy thus far? And these are the issues. But moving on to the next one, and this is a very solemn conversation, and I know we've got our sentiments in the country. I mean, we're a very sentimental bunch, I should say. Yes, religiously, ethnicity, or based on ethnicity. We're very, even when it comes to what degree we hold or don't hold, we're very sentimental with all of this. And so we have sides. But can we come together for once, please, and honor our fallen heroes? So today there was the mass burial of soldiers, about 22 of them, who died in Niger State. They were ambushed by bandits and terrorists, and they were killed. And then remember the story, because it was published all over the dailies that we have in the country. And there was the supposedly rescue helicopter who went and also crashed as well while trying to airlift some of the dead soldiers and injured soldiers, and it crashed as well, making the total number of people who died about 36. Now there was a mass burial this morning, and as a Nigerian that I am, and a Nigerian that you are, irrespective of where you're listening from, maybe you're listening from the diaspora as well, I would implore you at this point to honor the fallen soldiers. I saw videos of people who are related to the soldiers who died. We don't have a perfect security system. Even in the military, we've got one or two soldiers who usually can be very high-handed. But these people risk their lives. They sacrifice their lives to protect you and I. They ensure that you and I can walk the streets of Port Harcourt, the streets of Yenegua, the streets of Uyo, the streets of Calabar, the streets of Owerri, the streets of Aba, wherever you're listening to me from. They ensure that you are able to walk the streets. It's not all rosy. It's not all good. Yeah, there are security challenges here and there, but they try their best, and they have lost their lives. Can we do the best to honor as many as we can? The list of the people who are being buried, the mass burial, you can find them on some of the dailies. You can go, pay your respect. Even on the show, I would like you to pay your respect to these individuals. So that's the third big story, paying our last respect to the fallen soldiers who died in Niger State a couple of weeks ago while trying to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. That being said, there is a commercial break coming up in a couple of seconds. Is there? No, there isn't. So I'm just going to go straight to the phone lines right now and get your thoughts on the big stories, and let's talk for development, as usually we would claim we do every day. All right, 08179230002, 0817-923-0003. Those are the ring numbers. Ring me right now in the studio and let's talk. Better still, you can use the WhatsApp number 0809-0306-416. Remember, this is an audio-visual radio station, so you can watch me live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. You can also watch live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, or better still, let's go on X, formerly Twitter, and continue the conversation there, Nigeria Info PH, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Oh, something is happening to my system. I can't seem to reach the phone lines right now, so just give me a minute or two while I try to sort that out. I think it's the network issue. So just give me a minute or two. Let's see if it works now. Okay, yeah, it works. So I'm going to go to the first call. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling from Bori.
All right, Clinton from Bori, welcome. And
then the government saying we should vote at bad government.
Bad governors. Yeah. Federal government say vote out bad governors. Tinubu.
Yeah, I think the system has made it very difficult for us to do that.
Okay.
Because I believe the electorate believe in the power of the ballot, but they found a way to coerce the system. The electoral bodies, the judiciary are all culpable in dashing the hopes of the electorate, and that is why we'll not be able to get it right in this country.
All right.
So I see if the electoral body are independent, are truly independent, the electorate will now go to the ballot and ensure that those non-performing governors are voted out. Because, like you rightly said, the local government, the state government, to sort the federal government. Our eyes are always fixated on the federal government.
All right.
Why the local government and state governments are just left like that? So I think the primary role of the government is to ensure that its citizens are well looked after for. But that has not been the case in Nigeria. Then, finally, Obaseki, I think Obaseki is just being political, highly political. We passed the era of elections and campaigns. It's time to face governance. And the people of Edo State have not been able to get good dividends to democracy. Yet it's focusing on the federal government.
All right,
so I think he should focus on his own government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for calling in, Clinton. Remember, for those of you calling in, that there is a call screener. She's a beautiful lady. A beautiful Rivers lady. So you want to do well to interact with her. Let her get your name and your location, and then she patches you to me, and then we talk. And we talk for development. So do well to quickly drop your name and your number with her, and let's continue the conversation. I've got Gabriel, and Gabriel is calling me from. Gabriel did cut that call. All right. So while I'm waiting for her to get the next person's name, I'm going to take this other call. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Hello, good afternoon. This is Mr. Kunle from Burukuri.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Kunle from Burukuri.
Oh, Kunle, welcome. Kunle, let's hear your thoughts, please.
Thank you.
All right.
I would like to combine two of the topics you raised.
All right, let's hear
One on the issue of Information Minister and Obaseki.
Okay.
And secondly, on the issue of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
all right,
talking about holding state governors responsible.
Mm.
See, all along, I've been saying it on Nigeria Info. Throughout the time of President Buhari, everywhere, Buhari this, Buhari that, Buhari, I always tell people, what happened to your state governors?
Mm.
When Buhari came in, the revenue, monthly allocation, was about 300 and something billion this year. Later it rose to 600, 700. Now we are hearing they are sharing over 1 trillion.
900 plus now. Yeah, 900 plus.
Billion.
Yeah.
Now, how did that 1 trillion, 900 and something billion affect my salary that has been like that for the past 15 years? Was it Buhari who said Governor Wike should not promote River State workers or give employment or do, because you see, this is the issue. Everybody keeps shouting president. The same president they abused yesterday, they ran down to that party. They are now ministers in Abuja.
All right.
When are we going to have sense? This is the issue. Everybody keeps talking president. Even one governor will come and deceive everybody. President, federal. The same man has run down to that same federal he was abusing yesterday, while he failed to do what he should do here in River State. Is it about project? I heard in your news today, the present government is talking about we are going to do more projects. Are they deceiving people? What is your project doing to my private life? I'm not getting anything. People are not getting anything. Can we remove our eyes from this funny project for once and develop the lives of people?
All right then.
The same salary 15 years ago, and somebody is telling me that. And then the president is saying, you know what's the problem in Niger?
All right. Thank you.
Governors will always find their ways to use hooligans.
All right then.
To make sure they win election. Maybe we should go the Niger way.
No. We're not going the Niger way. We're not going there. But I've got Robin from HA. Robin, greetings. Welcome on the show.
Good afternoon, my brother Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
A pleasant, happy weekend to you.
Yeah, same to you.
You see, first let me respond to what President Ahmed Tinubu said, that the people should vote out a governor that is not performing well. Kalada, I am very sure that President Tinubu participated in this past election.
All right.
President Tinubu was in Nigeria here when governors were chasing people. President Tinubu was in Nigeria when governors were promulgating orders. President Tinubu was in Nigeria when in Lagos State, a particular name I will not call here, were busy flogging people during election. President Tinubu was in Nigeria here when there was stand crier in communities. Vote for party A, don't vote for party B. And I think that those are the areas he would have tackled. Because some of those who played and perpetrated that evil against the people of Nigeria are now seated in Abuja with him. He should address those issues. Because the people voted and their vote never counted. Tinubu is aware in Nigeria. Then, going to what Obaseki said, I think Obaseki is correct. In that regard, how do I mean? How can you be talking about palliative, sharing money with the executive, sharing money with the state governors, sharing money with the senators, sharing money to the judges, and you are not talking about refinery? President Tinubu told Nigerians that Port Harcourt refinery is going to come on stream by December. That was after the pressure given to the federal government by Labour. He made that announcement. Now, has he visited the refinery? Why is it difficult for President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to visit the place to have on-the-spot assessment of what is going on there? Or has he sent any relative? The answer is no. They are sharing money, palliative, window dressing. We'll see what that will take us to.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Robin. I've got Hector from Digima. Hector, greetings. Sorry for the long wait. Welcome. What's on your mind, please?
Good afternoon, Kate.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nigerians.
Yeah.
May the soul of the fallen exposures rest in peace.
Amen.
The presidency, the federal government, asking Nigerians to vote out governors that did not perform well. How do we do that? When even a lot of Nigerians are not in agreement that some of the governors that came in,
all right,
the process was not transparent. Even the presidency, the current president, the current federal government, the process in which they come in was not also transparent. When the system has made the process difficult for Nigerians to democratically elect their choice person to the governor, local government chairman, and president, senators, House of Reps, and Assembly, when they have made the process difficult, when the judiciary, a lot of Nigerians does not even have confidence on the judiciary anymore. They are telling us to vote out governors that are not performing well. They don't need to tell us. Because even the president of the federal government, we have no confidence.
All right. All right, then. All right, thank you, Hector. I've got to move on now. I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome. What's on your mind, please?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I think I stand with President Tinubu with this. Vote them out. But the question is, can the people vote out their governors when the large majority is hungry? When the large majority only depend on the 3,000 naira you give to them before they will vote for you? The truth is, mobilizing the people they will vote the people you say out there, because it's that easy to be done. The response to Obaseki said is even very laughable. The what is saying, they are giving you 5 billion naira. They may call it palliative, they may call it loan or whatever, but you should be grateful. To be honest, a lot of these governors are just so lazy. They don't know what to do. They just stumble into governance because of they are jobless. Without that, of course, that is what the former governor of Rivers said. Rotimi Amechi, he said the reason he went into politics because of he was jobless, he was hungry. Just look at it. So what do you expect such kind of people to produce for you?
All right. Then.
What kind of development can they offer to you? Do you know that for the past 26 years, the billions in dollars we have received in this country, especially in the Niger State, we truly have leaders who are thinking, here would have been one of the haven for tourism. Look at Dubai. When Dubai start building, when Bayelsa State start building, go and look Dubai and look at Bayelsa State. The people that build Dubai, do they have 3 heads? How come Bayelsa State cannot be developed more than Dubai? But rather we run to Dubai. We run to Dubai. How many Dubai have you seen that is running down here? Until we vote them out. And I want to thank the president for removing this subsidy. At least now everybody is now thinking now. No food to eat. They are thinking, they are trekking, they are thinking, they are sleeping, they are thinking. And that's when the next election comes, they will think before they will vote.
All right then.
Mr. Zion.
Mr. Zion, thank you very much. I've got God's Power from HA. God's Power, welcome. What's on your mind, please?
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. Kalada Dakuru. Yes.
Yeah.
What they are saying could have been correct if there are modalities or apparatus to do that. Do you know that the judiciary, INEC, everybody, there are a lot of compromise. They have compromised the whole system. Okay, if you want to vote them out, if they don't perform, what are the yardsticks? Say, this is what you are going to do, this is what I don't. If you don't do them, we know you didn't perform. What are the yardsticks? You know, they're just making a bobo juice story and vote them out if they don't perform. Have you given us the blueprint? What governors, from what the money they get for the year, this is what, if you don't do things, you can vote out. And even if you want to vote out, who will be the monitors of those voting out? Is it the Nigeria INEC, or you are going to bring people from abroad to monitor the voting system? We are the person you are going to bring will be a sent. If you vote out, assuming I'm the governor, you vote me out. Another person that is coming is also from Nigeria. Have you know his pedigree, whether he perform or not? We are managing ourselves because the system is so compromised that nothing is working. Are you getting what I'm saying, right. Kalada?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Like the other man that said about palliative, it has been paid now. We want to see, because we say it should be stopped, but they have gone ahead to do that. Now, we want to monitor it and see the effect.
All right, then.
Whether it will make an impact on ourselves, on the life of Nigerians. That's what we are waiting for now.
All right, then.
Because
all
saying
right.
don't, they have already done it. We are waiting for the effect of the palliative. Let me see how many bags that will come to my family and other ones and other things.
All
before
right,
I will talk again on the palliative.
All right, thank you very much.
We know that one. Thank you, God bless.
All right, thank you very much, God's Power. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. With the way Governor Obaseki talks like he has solutions to all the problems facing Nigeria, one would think he has transformed Edo State to be like Dubai. Shegun Port Harcourt. Let's see, a long read here. Today's one, is this today? Yeah, today. Greetings, Canada. Okay, you know what? Let's listen to Christian from Rumigbo, and I get back to those messages. Hello, Christian.
Yeah, good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
I think the statement of the president is not out of place because it's only reminding us of the consciousness that we are supposed to have. Because, like I always say, if you look at a tree standing healthily, all the branch, the roots, and everything that makes up that tree must be functioning. A situation where we begin to think that for the country to function, it's only the federal government that will make it function is an error. A lot of us call from all the states in this country, some states.
Hello, Christian, are you there?
Yes, and each time we call, we don't even talk about the lack of government in our state, our local government. Everybody is talking about federal government, Buhari this, Buhari that. Now, the money they are sharing to the states is now 2 or 3 times more than what Buhari was sharing. and yet nobody is even questioning the state governor. It's also Tinubu, and all that. And I'm so disappointed the way Obaseki is talking. Can you rank those states in one of the economically developed states in Nigeria? Is those states monthly allocation of more up to 2 billion? Our federal government is dashing you 2 billion as part of and you're complaining. He has economic business. How has he developed those states? He's so criticized every time. Is he not a leader? It's really a shame in short.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got Obed from Port Harcourt. Obed Chima, welcome.
Yes, Kalana, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Moral justification to make that statement, considering how he emerged on the last election, because Nigeria took decision to actually make a change in August this year to celebrate. You understand? So all the decision was totally the power that be, just like Robin said. People took decisions. It's not as if Nigerians does not know what they want. They knew what they want, and they voted for the candidates as they want. But it was totally by the same person who is trying to advise us. Look, I will tell you that the president has no moral justification on the issue of Obaseki. I think Obaseki is right. You understand? Because to me, what is happening right now, it seems to me that the president was indeed never prepared, honestly, before he emerged. Because there is not even any plan.
All right.
I don't know if you have forgotten, Canada. One of the statements that the presidency has no solution, an urgent solution for the problems of Nigeria. It was his aid. You understand? All of them, they made a statement to that effect. So if Obaseki says so, I think there's nothing wrong with it, for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Obed. Abinoye from Abua.
Yes, Canada. Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Yes. I want to react on the statement credited to the president that we need to vote out any governor who is not doing well. And I think that statement is very scornful, just coughing at the people, because he knows that it is an impossibility. I am thinking that we must go back to legislation to settle this matter, because voting somebody out is difficult. So much power has been given to the governor. We're in the state here when the executive order played, and in the whole season, nobody came out. That is power that is given to the governor. Of course, we are here in the state where masquerades went to INEC. Nobody talked. And so, how do you expect that somebody will be voted out? He knows. And he knows that it's something that is not possible. I just want to say that for us, who are the voters or the people, anytime you vote in a governor, he goes and sits down there and then holds a sledgehammer. And so you become so mean, in the society. In fact, you cannot talk to him anymore. But during the campaigns and all of that, they came to you. I want us to know that what the governor or the president is saying is just to tell us. In fact, it's just wooing at us. It's just calling at us.
All right, then.
And so it is not possible. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jude from Amuma is calling right now. Jude, what's on your mind, please?
Put out governors who have not performed.
Who are underperforming, he said.
Who are underperforming. Okay. What he has said is after the governors that have been elected, or to say, on the 4 years, looted our money for 4 years, that we can think of voting them out. When we know after 4 years of looting our treasure, they will now use that money for the other 4 years again to buy everything they want. Now, on the side of the people where I belong, we do that if we can. But our hands are so tight that we cannot. The security agents are there against us.
All right.
INEC is there against us. The judiciary as well is there. And that's why they have the impetus of telling us when they mess us up by rigging, doing all they want. They say, after we have done this, go to court. That's the slogan they use. So how can we do it? How can we vote them out? Our hands are so tight. Security agents will not allow us. INEC will not allow us. The judiciary, where they say go to, it's not a soft banding place for us. So, Canada, we will do that if we can. Let me end that.
All right,
we will do it if we can, but we cannot.
All right, then. Thank you very much. I've got Ezekiel from Elime. Ezekiel, greetings. Welcome. Let's talk, please.
Yes, well, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah. I'm calling from Elime. Ezekiel's my name.
All right, welcome. Yeah, let's hear your thoughts, please.
On the issue we are discussing concerning Obaseki statement, Obaseki must now not perform 100% as per what he's saying. But then, in the area of petroleum subsidy that Tinubu removed, I think Obaseki is one of the governors that is trying to build modular refinery. Though it's not coming out from there, petroleum is not coming out from there, but they have a AGO from that place. Why don't they have all these things in place before they remove oil subsidy that is causing problems now more than any other thing? So, on my own, the president has not done well because the hardship he created on us, now even those of us who have no work, they are suffering it. The people that are working, they are suffering it. I don't know. So, I just want to contribute that one, that they're supposed to have at least modular refineries in places that will be producing oil and petroleum, other petroleum products before they have to remove subsidy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. I've got Susie from Erema. Yes, Susie, welcome.
Yeah, Canada, good afternoon. Very important. I think that the statement created to the president is, in his opinion, a possibility statement. But we that are that part to have acted on this statement in time and space, we're expecting our opinion look like we are sounding like defeat because we have accepted that the people are defeated. Canada set standards. In late states, Sanwo-Olu seems to be like a big
Susie, the line is not clear enough. So you can do well to call back. I'm really sorry. But let's read some messages now. Say, greetings, Kalada. Why is the federal government still pampering these killers called bandits until these guys finish our gallant men before we can do something, Shay? I served in Shiroro Dam and that place was lovely and peaceful, but look at what bad governance has turned Niger State to. Whether you like it or not, this evil we are seeing today is a long-term effect of bad leadership, and now it has come to hurt us. But it still seems the government is still doing the same thing by not attending to the needs of the people. It is not magic, Canada. Things will continue to get worse if nothing different is done. It's not a curse, but a fact, Frank. And then he said, and for Obaseki, let him fix Benin bypass first before he will castigate the federal government. I can't use the last word you use, but thank you nonetheless, Frank, for your messages. This one says, the same way people will vote out underperforming president, so I believe that Tinubu is also referring to himself. Greetings, Mr. Kalada. Hannah, thank you very much. I guess so. This one says, may the souls of the gallant citizens who signed up to protect the territories of Nigeria rest in peace. Amen. Going forward, the president saying that citizens should vote out underperforming governors is laughable. How did he manage to become president in the first place? Didn't he ride on the same grossly underperforming governors to be president? The president of Nigeria was never ready for that office, I must say. A campaign on the spine of renewed hope. His definition of renewed hope is to share subsidy palliative money to governors to squander. What a shame. Does he expect the governors to use the 2 billion naira? What exactly would a state governor do with 2 billion naira? He should tell Nigerians that he's compensating the governors. I agree with Obaseki. How can you campaign with subsidy only to begin to share palliatives to governors monetarily? Only Peter Obi and Atiku emphasized and gave a clear blueprint on how they will remove subsidy and reinvest the fund accrued from it. You can't make a pronouncement without putting things in place to reduce the economic adverse effect. May the judicial temple gatekeepers do the right thing. Charles Cottrell. But Charles, are you saying that all the things that the governor did or the president did for the governors is of no effect? Is that what you're saying? This one says, may the souls of our departed gallant soldiers rest in peace. I said Governor Obaseki was political or just got delivered from some hypnosis yesterday. So the Minister of Information is correct in his response to Governor Obaseki. Also, by our constitutional practice and federalism, President Tinubu is absolutely correct. I wish most state governors, particularly governors of the Southeast and the South states, can replicate half of the performances at the federal level at their respective states. Nigeria and living condition would have been better for Nigerians. Unfortunately, many Nigerians from these states where their governors performed abysmally are the ones vilifying, maligning and blaming the federal government for everything, while their state and local government officials are feeding on the state resources. Emi Fiaga with that one. Caleb from Owerri. Good afternoon, Kalada. The country okay. All right then. I can't read that message. Sorry about that. Newton Ikira, you said good day to you as well. Obaseki has the mic now. Let him use it as he wishes, not turn by turn. Had it not been for former Governor Wike, would he have been somewhere, or he would have been somewhere in obscurity? Make me hear a word. Okay, if you say so. I thought it was Edo people. So it says, go and spoon feed the federal government so nobody will talk about them just because of party affiliation. Is it Obaseki that pronounced subsidy is gone and plunged Nigerians into the mess? If you can't stand the heat, Tinubu should not enter the kitchen. Do the right thing, John Peters says. Okay, the president don't know that he will also remove... Oh, okay. Henry, I can read your message. I'm sorry. Let's see. What message is this? Okay, from Charles Cottrell. He said the policies of... Okay. Said the policies of the president has got no effect on the economy, so he says. Let's go back to the phone line. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Those are the call numbers. Call me right now, ring me, and let's talk. On Facebook, Leo Davis says, good afternoon, Kalada. I laugh in Chinese. Chin Chong Kun Twa. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu asking to vote out underperforming governors. I guess this statement calls for the laugh, just to laugh. Okay, I don't get that part, but thank you nonetheless. I've got Mike from Thai. I'm going to listen to Mike now. Mike, welcome.
All right, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Though it might sound odd to the ears of some Nigerians, but actually the president is right. He's right. We can actually vote out any underperforming government official. We can. But they have made it look like we have no power, that judiciary, the this, the that, they are in control. But it's a lie. We can actually vote these men out. Anyone that is not performing well can be voted out. But the problem we are having is we Nigerians. You see what is obviously wrong, and you are supporting because of peanuts.
All right.
Now, it's obvious now that some government policies lack direction. For example, this palliative, how will you share this palliative to people? But you see some people still, in the name of having their own opinion, saying that the palliative is good and is good, just because they want something from the government.
All right.
You support evil. And you forget that your brother and your sisters, they are also going to the same market that I can't afford to go to the market right now. Even if you that is supporting and getting the peanuts, somebody of your family, a relative, will go to the market and will complain about the bad governance. So it is actually us, Canada. It's not about the politicians. It is we, the people, until we decide, finally, until we decide that these men must go, they will definitely go.
All right,
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mike from Thai. I've got Susie back. Yes, it is. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me say that the statement created to the president is a possibility statement. Just that we have received it with a mindset of defeat.
Hello.
Country, therefore, can you hear me?
I lost the connection for a bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you, in Lagos, the 2023 election set a stand. What happened in Lagos is that there is a person Saulu is not always open to people and all of that, act like a big boy. These are the way he was crested. But you know that because of the pressure by the populace, Saulu was seen on the street riding bicycle, going to the market, eating gari and all of that. This is what happened all over. But I use Saulu as a standard. So if we believe that we're going to do what the president has said now, we begin to work on ourselves as a people and not casting aspersion on what has happened in some other places. Somebody made a reference that the River State, that masquerades were seen on the street and that people did not come out. In River State, even when that order was made, the same people went to court, and the same people withdrew the case from the court. And so our own decision in our action that we make us not to succeed in 2027 election. But if we are sounding what we are sounding now, I'm blaming what happened before. Using history or what we did not do before. There is no way we can achieve it in the next years to come.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's some Facebook messages now. Akikue Lebari says lack of intelligence gathering and sophisticated equipment are responsible for the mass killings of the military personnel. Money going wrong direction. All right. Legit man in Joku, color greetings to you. May the souls of the fallen heroes rest in peace. Most times I do wonder what admire people in this country, what inspired people, I guess you meant to say, in this country to join the so-called military that is causing them early deaths like this. That government will not even show adequate concern for their families. Like I did say, they are protecting you and I, and we should honor them today. Samuel Godwin says President Tinubu, in a way, is giving excuses in advance when he fails to perform, using governor's performance as a yardstick for his failure. Let's watch. But then again, the governments have to perform for us to, be able to have a good society. It's a federal system of government. While we're expecting the federal government to work, we also hope that state governments and the local government as well, which is the closest government to the people, can also do their job. It's 1 minute to the top of the hour, so I've got to step on the brakes right now. The business news up next, so do stay tuned, please.